Hi, so I tried to record this voiceover like 7 times already. I'm gonna prime using the Fenty mattifying primer. Then I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Jelly Pop primer, but only like in the center of my face because I get extra oily there. And I don't even usually use this primer. I don't know why I chose to use it for a video, but now I'm gonna add some clear eyebrow gel to my brows to help them stay in place before I fill them in. I filled in my eyebrows off camera because that would be another like 15-minute video. So I just used the Anastasia brow pencil. And then the Morphe concealer. For eyeshadow, I'm gonna use the Dose of Colors Pretty Cool palette. I'm gonna take the middle 3 shades, I think. I don't even remember at this point. But I'm gonna take the second lightest shade in the palette, which is basically the same color as my eyelid. And I'm just gonna put that everywhere. And then the second lightest one closer to my crease. Now I'm gonna use one of the browns from the Soft Glam palette. And I'm gonna put that right on top of the last shade that I put down. I guess I didn't show it, but I used the lightest shade from the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, which is just a really light kind of beige color. And that's supposed to brighten my eyelids. Now I'm using a brown eye pencil to line my eyes. And I keep this line pretty straight and thin, I think. Now I'm gonna put on some mascara. And I couldn't get it open. Ooh. I had to stop recording and get someone else to open it. But it did get opened. And this was like a 30-second clip of me just putting on mascara. But anyways, I put on these lashes that I got from Walmart. And yes, I do put on my lashes with my fingers. And those are my eyes done. Now back to my face, I'm going to be using 3 different shades of the LA Girl concealers. I'm going to start with a shade that's basically my skin tone, and I'm going to put that anywhere where there's discoloration or acne marks. I also use this as a way to contour my nose without having to add any darker colors to the center of my face. I let that concealer sit for a little bit, and while I wait, I put a nude color eye pencil into my waterline to brighten up my eyes and make them look open and big. So I showed the palette this time, the chocolate gold one, and I used that same beige light color in my waterline to set the eye pencil. So I didn't blend the other concealer yet, and I usually would have, and I should have, but instead, while it's still drying, I put the next lighter shade kind of in the center of my face to give a highlighted look. Now I'm blending out that first concealer that I put down. And this is why I probably should have waited to put down that second color, because I had to go back and put more where I needed it, but I couldn't have done it the first time around because I didn't blend out the first color. So now I'm gonna blend all of that out. Now I'm going to take the last lightest color and put that basically everywhere I put the other one, but just closer to the middle of my face. Now I'm blending out my nose highlight and making sure that it's not going all crooked and stuff, because that usually happens when I try to highlight my nose. And then I put the lighter shade in the exact same area. This is something else I also don't usually do. I'm taking my foundation and putting it everywhere where I didn't put concealer. Now I just blend out all that concealer. I'm taking the second shade that I used to put under my jaw and do like a reverse contour. I'm using the Wet n Wild banana powder, and the way I set is way too much, but I have to do it because I have oily skin. First, I do a somewhat light layer of powder in my T-zone, and I kind of press it in, and then I go back with a more loose layer and make sure it's staying on top. I don't add any more powder under my cheeks. I just use what was already left over on the sponge. Now I take the same Wet n Wild powder in the deep shade to set everywhere else. By this time, my eyebrows are usually kind of oily, so I take a pressed banana powder to set them. I dust off the powder on my jaw and my chin because I don't really like how that looks when those areas are highlighted. Then I use the Morphe bronzer on my cheekbones and my jawline. I also use that to set my nose contour. Then I use the Hoola bronzer, which is just a little bit darker to add more depth to those same areas. And now I dust off all the powder. I'm taking one of the Juvia's Place blush duos, and I'm only using the orange shade from that, and I'm gonna put that kind of on my cheekbones. I also put it on the tip of my nose because I just love how that looks. Now I'm using one of Trixie Mattel's palettes, and I'm using the darkest blush shade also on the tip of my nose and higher up on my cheekbones. And on my forehead, I guess. Morphe setting spray. And now I use all the same eyeshadow colors from before, and I put that under my eye with the lightest color going all the way across my eye and the darkest colors just being on the outer part of my eye. This was another over 30-second long clip of me doing mascara. This is why it takes me hours to do my makeup. Now I'm taking a ColourPop highlighter and putting it in my inner corner, down my nose, and under my eye. And then I do the exact same thing with a Fenty highlighter. I love layering highlighter. It just looks so much better than using just one. Now I'm using a dark brown lip liner, and I really overline my lips. And here's another sped up clip of me trying to figure out what lip I want to use. So I end up using Sandstorm from NYX. And I use a flat, fluffy brush to blend that together. Using a clear glass. I'm using a liquid liner to add moles, and I usually always put them in these 3 spots. The transformation.
Yes, you're serving. Are you in a Whitesnake video? What are you doing over there?
I'm feeling my oats. Let me feel my oats.